Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm on the set of Reasonable Doubt with one of my favorite directors in the world, Jade Holmes Christian, and she's got a message for you.
Hi, guys. One of my favorite actors is now going to be one of your favorite directors. Watch Raising Kanan tonight, directed by Joseph Sikora.
What?
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love power, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today, we're going to be talking about Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 5, Episode 3. This is the recap. So down below, I want you guys to let me know, how did y'all feel about this episode? What y'all think is going to happen next with Breeze and Kanan? They're taking Unique's corners, you know what I'm saying? They want the old heads out the way. Rock, she is messing up Kanan's business once again, having those corners shot up, and of course pissing him off and Breeze off. Y'all saw how Breeze was looking. We know in this next upcoming episode that Breeze and Rock, they will have a conversation, and Breeze is very upset, but Rock ain't going. I mean, all she's really doing is giving Kanan warning signs. That's it. But in that conversation that she had with Kanan at Lulu's funeral, she was acting like she was going to really go up against him full force, and that's not going to happen right now. So we're going to see how long it's going to take Rock to actually try to get him up out of here. I mean, it may not happen, but I know we all waiting to see Marvin's legendary ass kicking of Kanan. We know eventually it's coming, and I can't wait to see it, man. It's going to be funny as hell to me. I'm definitely going to watch it a whole lot of times, you know what I'm saying, in slow motion. But in this episode, man, we pretty much just saw operations ran on both sides from Rock and Kanan. Stefano, you know, bitching because Rock is doing business with the Manhattan Mafia. Like, dude, you told her to do business somewhere else. Why are you crying and complaining? And that's another conversation that Rock is going to have in next week's episode. She's about to put Stefano in his place. But let's go ahead and begin this recap. I'm going to try to focus on the key points in this episode. If I miss anything, I want you guys to let me know down below. So what did we see in episode 3 titled Tricks? Now in this episode, we saw Breeze and Kanan. They approached Reggie. Reggie pissed off because Unique ain't here no more. Akbar dropped off. And Breeze is telling him, look, we taking these corners. Unique done ran away. We running this. And Reggie wasn't going. He's out there kicking it with Nigel Sylvester's character as well. They think they running the show. Well, Breeze pulls out the strap. He drops Reggie off right there in front of everybody. It's whether you get down or you lay down. Know what I'm saying? Kanan pulls out his strap. He is shooting as well. And Breeze has this mentality of, I'm taking over. If you get in my way, I'm going to put you in your place. If you old, you getting dropped off. The new blood is coming in. And Kanan, he is riding right there next to Breeze. This is going to be a crazy storyline. And we already know that Kanan is going to pick up a lot of things from his character. Now we get to Marvin, Flossie, and Rock. And they're going over the game plan, the strategy with these girls. They're only going to be using a select few of girls to run this operation, and the club is going to be the home base. And they want these girls to come there, pick up, and make drop-offs. They're not too concerned about girls going out there getting their cheeks clapped. Their main purpose is selling this product. That's it. Now, we get introduced to a new character, Tiana, played by your girl, Asia Cooper. And some believe that she was Jarita. Know what I'm saying? As of right now, she's Tiana, unless they reveal more information about her character. But she wants to get paid. That's her whole objective. She says, I need the money. We know Flossie, she pretty much vouched for her to be there. And it seems like she's all about that life for real. Well, we gonna see, because we know her and Kanan, they will have a very interesting relationship, right? And we're gonna talk more about her at the end of the recap. Now, we know during this conversation, when Marvin told her, look, you ain't supposed to be opening your mouth unless you got you know what in it. Your girl Flossie, hey, she was turned on by that. She said, you know what? I got to give you my number. We need to have a one-on-one conversation. I need to get to know you. So once again, Marvin, he's going to be getting another snow bunny from the looks of it. We know how his last snow bunny ended. And we talking about your girl, Tony Deep Throat. It didn't end well for her, but Flossie seems like a completely different character. And she got more going for herself. So we're going to see how that plays out. Now we get the Jukebox and broke-ass Detective Garcia. Jukebox understands that this dude ain't gonna stop messing with her or her family. And she says, you know what? How about I help you out? I know you struggling with those bills. You know what I'm saying? I know that job ain't paying you enough. And you can tell that boy was looking stressed out. She says, look, I help you with your bills or whatever, help you get more money. You help me out. What about that? Think about it. This man was pissed off, talking about I should put a bullet in you and all this stuff, talking about all the stuff he gonna do. But one thing he didn't say was no. And she understood that. She knew it was just a matter of time before he popped back up looking to get some help. And that's exactly what he did later on in the episode. Now we get to Stefano, and he is pissed off that Rock is doing business in Manhattan. Like, why you so mad? She ain't doing business in Queens, so why do you care? He believes that it's disrespectful for her to do this, and he ain't liking it. And Pino don't give a damn. He doesn't give a damn about how he feels about Rock, what they've been through, you know what I'm saying? And that's it. You're not about to come up there and tell him how to do and run his business. That's the last thing that's about to happen. And Stefano, he understands this, but he just wanted to let Pino know how he felt. But as I told you, Pino is about getting his money, and he doesn't give a damn about Stefano and how he feels. And I'm glad that he told him right there in his face, pretty much like Rock told him to do. Now we get to Kanan and Jukebox, and now Kanan is starting to realize that, man, my mom probably was telling the truth about Famous. She probably didn't do that. Yeah, she didn't, dumbass. And he still don't give a damn. He still doesn't care about Rock, talking about she's dead to me and all this stuff. We know Jukebox, she is trying to get more intel from Kanan about that night that Lulu got popped by him. And Kanan is like, look, nothing happened. We had the typical argument and that's it. Well, I don't believe Jukebox believes that. It had to be something else, and I cannot wait until she figures this out. This boy Kanan, he don't know what the hell he doing. Know what I'm saying? Plain and simple. But he does say that he felt bad about the whole Lulu thing. Well, stand on business. Tell her you did it. Tell her you took him out. Know what I'm saying? Tell her why you really feel bad. And he talking about he feel bad, but he didn't really show it. But I believe deep down inside, he was just shocked by the moment. And he just had that, stone cold face. But I know it got to be killing him. Well, it's cool because Marvin going to give him that ass whooping that he needs. He needed to drop him off, but that's not happening. Now we get to Marvin, and he goes to the barber shop, and once again, he is looking for Unique. Unique gone. Know what I'm saying? From the looks of it, he ain't coming back. They tell him that they heard Unique doing business with his nephew, Kanan, and somebody named Breeze. So now Marvin is on the hunt to find out what the hell Kanan is up to. And when he does, we know Kanan is going to piss him off. Now we get to Breeze and Kanan once again. Breeze tells Kanan that he's going to give him all of Unique's corners. So you already know Taz is upset because Breeze pretty much does this on purpose to piss him off. Kanan is like, man, I got to make sure my bike guys are taken care of. Your boy Breeze said don't worry about that. Taz going to take care of that. And we know Kanan asks about Unique, like maybe he's going to return. What about that? Breeze said, well, if he return, we going to give him what we gave those other guys the other night. You know what I'm saying? We getting these old heads up out the way. We taking over. And you can see the look on Taz's face. He was kind of like shaking his head a little bit, pissed off, upset. Well, Taz, we know your days are numbered. And I guess getting pissed off and upset ain't going to do you no good at all. Now, Rock is trying to sell her property at the Southside Plaza, but it's going to be difficult. And we know when she got this property, it was a good investment, but as of right now, it's not anymore with all the crime and bodies getting dropped off around the area. So it's going to be a hard sell. But she is told that maybe a guy overseas would buy it with cash or whatever. So I guess we got to wait and see who this guy is. I did see one of you guys talk about y'all think it's Hafiz or whatever. Well, we going to see. Now, Kanan finally has a conversation with Marvin about who the hell is Breeze and Unique's corners, and he tells him he believes that Unique is not coming back and that it was him and Breeze that shot Unique's guys on those corners. So it is what it is. He's about business, and he actually offers Marvin a position. Marvin is like, what the hell is you talking about? Like, you work for me. You know what I'm saying? You will never be above me. He felt like Kanan was disrespecting him. You know what I'm saying? Because that's his uncle, and of course, we know he's learned a lot from his uncle. So Marvin ain't going at all. And right now, this is just a warning to Kanan, letting him know that he ain't playing around, that he's a true gangster, right? But Kanan didn't really show any emotion. It didn't seem like he let it get to him, but we know he kind of had like a little smart comment when Marvin ended up leaving. But man, it's all fun and games now, but we already know what time it is. It's going to be ass-kicking time real soon. Now we get to Rock, and she is having flashbacks of the night that Lulu got dropped off. She telling Marvin, look, we got to move to another room. She can't take it. You know what I'm saying? She's also telling Marvin that just forget about Unique. Unique, he left, but he didn't run. He, of course, went somewhere else to rebuild because he feels like he cannot win there, which is very smart. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be there, you're pretty much going to, get smoked. Unique understood this. And now Marvin is like, okay, maybe I should move on. But he wants to get Unique because he believes Unique killed Lulu. And now Marvin sees that Rock is not really trying to press Unique, just like Kanan, right? So they both have two things in common. And I believe Jukebox and Marvin, they're picking up on this, and eventually the truth will be revealed. Now we get to Stefano and Kanan. Y'all know Stefano pissed off at Rock for doing business in Manhattan with Pino and Flossie. He tells Kanan this. Kanan don't really give a damn. He's like, look, she doing business in Manhattan. We good, know what I'm saying? We in Queens. Why we give a damn about what she doing? But we know Stefano's like, well, that's embarrassing to me and I can't go. And I want to make sure my problems with your mom is not going to be a problem with you. Know what I'm saying? Basically saying, look, I may have to do something to her. Kanan tells him, well, I got more mess with my mom than you. And Stefano tells him, well, I'm not surprised. So now Kanan understands that Rock is doing business in Manhattan. And I believe this is why we end up seeing the scene at the end of the episode with Kanan meeting up with Tiana, because he wants to see if he can get any intel and see how his mom is operating. That's just what I'm thinking. Y'all can let me know down below, but at the end of the day, Kanan is definitely making some moves on his mom's, and right now, she don't see it coming, but eventually she will. Now we get the Jukebox and Jackie she is catching feelings real quick, and this is what she's selling Jukebox, but y'all know Jukebox, she ain't trying to catch no feelings at all. She's trying to get her freak on and bounce, and trust me, Jackie, you want to keep it that way. You don't want to get too close to her because you're going to be another body that's going to get dropped off. But we're going to see how they develop this storyline. Now we get back to Marvin and Flossie. They're having that one-on-one conversation. And we learned that Flossie's daughter passed away a few years ago. We also know that Flossie, she respects Marvin because Marvin is not trying to control everything. Yes, he is the enforcer for the family, but he allows Rock to do her thing. He allows Rock to lead. And that's because Marvin already had his turn back in the day. Marvin was all on them drugs. He was messed up. So Rock took over. And ever since then, Rock has been the lead. But Flossie, she likes it that he's not trying to do too much. And this is just the start of this relationship between the two. Something gonna happen. Know what I'm saying? Your girl Flossie and Marvin just may hook up. Y'all let me know down below. Do y'all believe that Marvin is going to clap those cheeks? Or will it be just business and that's it? Now we get to Breeze and Snaps and Pops. They're talking about Unique. You know what I'm saying? What's the word on Unique? Well, he left. You know what I'm saying? But we understand that Unique came back before he raised hell. But Snaps and Pops understands that maybe he left. He made a better adjustment because he couldn't win there. So it's no use for him staying there because he's going to die anyway. So Unique made the best move, which allows Breeze, Kanan, Snaps and Pops, and Stefano. It allows them to do what they want to do without having any issues with him anymore. And since those soldiers is out the way, it's even easier. Now we get back to broke-ass Detective Garcia. And now he has a price. He gives Jukebox this note letting her know how much he's going to need. And he's talking about, now since I gave you that, it's not no going back for the both of us. And if you try anything, I'll kill you. Well, vice versa, because she'll kill your ass too. Now, we know Jukebox is doing this to protect the family. And at the end of the day, when it comes to this storyline, it ain't going to end well for law enforcement. Law enforcement, they always going to have the tail end of the stick. They always get screwed over in all of these power shows. I mean, we already know what time it is. But the question is, will Detective Garcia be able to get something out of it? Does that mean that Marvin going to get locked up or somebody else? Well, I guess we got to wait and see. But I still don't see it ending well for him. Now we get to Marvin. He is going to church, having a conversation with the pastor. And we've seen this time and time again in the Power universe, where usually these characters go and they, kind of get stuff off their chest. They're stressed out. It's like a relief. It's like therapy. Marvin still wants to get the person that killed his brother, and he ain't going to stop. He feels like it's going to help him out, right? Well, we're going to see. You know what I'm saying? When he finds out that it's Kanan, he going to lose it. We know the pastor was talking about that you need to make peace with Lou's death. Well, Marvin told him, he don't need that. He don't need no forgiveness. He needs his brother. So Marvin, he is going through it. Now we get to Taz, and man, he is upset. He is pissed off. Apparently, word around the block is he's going to lose his position because of Kanan. his boys is running their mouth, and he ain't liking how these guys are talking to him. Next thing we know, he's beating them down, talking about, that's not happening. I'm not going nowhere. He tells them, you better watch how you talk to a black man. I mean, he going through it, y'all. He is going through it, and you already know he about to cry in the car, and he gonna take his frustrations out on Kanan later on in the episode. Now, your girl Jukebox was watching the classic, hanging with Mr. Cooper, and then she has a conversation with her father, and basically she wants to leave. She's like, look, how about me and you leave Southside, go somewhere else? Marvin ain't really trying to go nowhere. He tells her, look, how about you leave, get away from all of this? And she says, hell nah, I want to be with you. You need somebody to protect you. You need me by your side, and I'm not going. She loves him. Very emotional and sad scene. We know Marvin tells her that he loves her more than anything, and Jukebox is like, well, if I'm going to stay, I'm going to be right here working with you. And he's going to have her working at the bar. So we're going to see how it goes. But Jukebox, she just wants to protect her dad. She don't want to lose him. Now we get to Kanan and Taz. Kanan is counting money. Taz talking about, I ain't going nowhere. I was here before you, and I'm going to be here after you, and all this stuff. Running his mouth like, really? Kanan ain't even thinking about dude. All he is just doing is counting his money, laughing at him. Now, we get back to your girl Jukebox and Marvin. He has her working at the bar. He tells her, if something goes down, get that strap and get the busting. Hey, your girl Jukebox, she ready to catch another body. Did y'all see the look on her face when he mentioned that gun? She happy as hell. Now, Jukebox's main objective is to collect money from the girls that's going to be coming in, and that's pretty much it for her. Now, we also know that Rock, she had Kanan in Breeze's corner shot up, basically to give a warning sign. And we know your boy Breeze was pissed off, and they're building up this conversation that Breeze and Rock are going to have in the next upcoming episode. I can't wait to see it. Now, we get back to Rock and Marvin is talking about how he went to the pastor to have a conversation. We know he is trying to get over this Lulu stuff, but it's really getting to him. And he's like, man, maybe we're all lost and we ain't never going to be found. And he talks about how when it comes to looking for Lulu, it feels like he's looking for something that he's never going to find. And when he looked into that room, the look on Rock's face, it was priceless. She's like, man, he about to figure it out. Because Marvin said, even though he's looking for it and he can't find it, he's still not going to give up. So we already know what time it is. They're continuing to build this up, but Marvin and Jukebox will find out what really went down. Now we get the Jukebox and Rock. Your girl Rock goes into the bar. She sees Jukebox. She's like, man, you know what I'm saying? It's good that you're, here. You're working with me, or matter of fact, you're working for me. And we know Jukebox said, nah, I'm working with my dad. Rock talking about, oh, yeah, you right. You funny, Juke. Well, Jukebox is getting very upset with you because she understands that you got a lot of secrets that you ain't putting out there. And eventually, they will be having a conversation. So I hope you get to see that in the next upcoming episode. But you guys let me know what y'all think is going to happen. Now we get to Tiana, and this girl ain't playing around. They're giving her a lot of screen time, so she got to be a special character, right? She's going around doing exactly what she's supposed to do. She drops off the money to Jukebox. Jukebox tells her that she has another job, but she says, nah. Flossie called her and said, it's a new client. You know what I'm saying? It's time for her to go trick it off somewhere, right? And then we see her. She goes to the new client, and it's your boy, Kanan. So this is why I said that the conversation that he had with Stefano giving him the intel that Rock is working in Manhattan, working with Flossie and Pino. He understands where to go. So now I believe Kanan is trying to see if he can get any intel on how Rock is running her organization and if he can mess things up. It's crazy because Kanan, he was in room 304. And I guess in room 304, that's where all the hoes go, right? So Kanan, he about to clap those cheeks. He about to have a good old time. But as I told you, I believe he is trying to get intel. You can tell by the look on his face that he don't trust her. He locked the door, and now it's time to execute the game plan. But the game plan might not go as planned. I believe in one of those teasers that we got earlier on, it's a lady that's holding a gun to Kanan's head. And that lady could be your girl Flossie. We're going to find out soon enough. But down below, I want you guys to let me know, how do y'all feel about episode 3? I believe episode 4 is going to be real good because Rock and Breeze will be having that conversation. So I definitely cannot wait to see that. And remember, episode 3 was directed by your boy, Tommy Egan, aka Joseph Sikora, and it seems like he did a very good job. I mean, it seems like he was really enjoying it. So I'm eager to see what else he's going to direct in the future. Now, I will be dropping that what to expect for episode 4 over the weekend, so stay tuned for that. I want to thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support. Thank you to all the new members of the channel. I really appreciate it. And I will catch you guys on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.